Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is DexTrader.com. Today is August 27, 2018, and it's good to be back. We're going to get started here in just a second with Crawling with Max. All right, so we're going to be looking at a trade here. 1660 on the buy, 1660 on the buy, 1660 on the buy, 761. Not good. Okay, well, that tells me there, right there. 1661. Okay, and place order. Got the kids playing in the other room. I had to run back here because I heard the chime off. All right, so here's what we have. We have a good, let me back out here just a little bit so you can see. We have a good uptrend. We had the trend here. We had some pullback. We had this first signal that I missed when we first came on. We had some another pullback, and then we have this line come out, and we're just above that line. It's 1658, so 1660. So 1661 would be pretty good because we have that availability. Looking at 1661 again, we did fall down because we are right at that level to kind of pull back here to bounce off. So let's just see what happens, and I'll stay on the trade here. Let me pull this open some so you can see this. All right, so we'll pause the video here and we'll be back in just a minute. I really try not to watch these 5-minute trades as they come off because they usually play around and they go up, they come down. Once I find the right trade, I just have to kind of set and kind of sit back from it. Because if I've been on so many of them that they win in the last 10 seconds or lose in the last 10 seconds. So we got about 20 seconds left. Unless we get a whiplash right here, I'm pretty sure we got this one sewed up. And there it is. Okay, so just to recap, we got into this signal. We have the uptrend constantly going in. The pullback did not break the trend, which is good. We had this pullback here, came back in. Signal fired above that line, above this little dotted line here, and we got in for less than the 2 pips above that margin. So that's my trade for today so far. This is the Crawling with Max. I might sit around, try to wait for another one, but that one was sort of perfect. This would have been my morning this morning if I was able to get into this one and to this one. This would have been the perfect morning for me. Let me go through just a couple quick things here too. I have not been trading over the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to show you my chart here. The last 2 weeks because I've had some major issues happening that I've been dealing with. One of them being in showing these videos, I did not realize that I was violating some sort of terms and conditions with Nadex, and received something from them to say that there was an issue with that. So I had to kind of work that up, and that's why I have the disclaimer in the very beginning. So in order for me to be able to show these videos and show price and say that here's how much money I've made, I can only show what in here. I cannot make reference to if you had 10 contracts and what you would be able to do on that process. But what I can do is show you what I've made so far from it in each time, and I can't make reference to anything else. So crazy, right? All these little rules and everything, and I appreciate the rules. Okay, now this one was a pretty heavy-handed trade here because we were able to do the 61 at that and get in. We got in for a pretty good number. It was sort of running towards the at the money. We got in for 41 bucks. So this is that trade that I would be happy for if it was sitting at 10 contracts. It'd be great. It'd be $410 a day. There, I just did it again. I'm not going to edit that out, because it's all games that, it's all wording, okay? You know that I didn't do 10 contracts. I did one, right? I did one contract. This is a live account. And in the past 2 weeks, I only made 153 bucks because I've only been, you can kind of see, I took a couple of days off, and then I've taken almost 2 weeks off. Actually, 11 days. Okay, let's be real. 11 days. About 7 trading days were taken off. Okay, I'm going to put at the money. Good signal. All right. Now, I may have taken a couple of days off, but I know my buddy James, who's been working very, very hard. I'll bring this down so you can't see his full name. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this part out and do that so he can. There's James. All right, so you can see it's a real person. And James, this is James. He's keeping his. He started on the 12th. Okay, he's done one contract at a time. He keeps decent notes. Okay. Told him to be careful, don't go too far down the rabbit hole with experimentation and scalping and all that kind of stuff. He snapped right back to it. Found his goal here was about 2 trades. I told him only do about 2 trades a day. Find those 2 trades, make that consistent. He just recently upgraded to the next part of the crawl, which is two contracts. And isn't this Murphy's Law? You lose, right? Came in, look what happened. He followed the incremental crawl perfect. He came in, he did 2 contracts, lost, then wasn't very happy, went back to 1 contract, got back up the money he lost, okay, back to 2 contracts, and then look what happened. Started to win. Look at this. Only goes for about 2 trades a day. He says he forgot to do the second contract, and it looks like he did it again here on this one as well. But look, this is. If he had been doing 10 contracts here, and he only did 1 contract on this one, this would have been an $82 day right there on the 2 contracts, okay? It would have been a $420 day if you would have done 10. Huge. It's amazing, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that every person who comes in is going to be doing this right off the bat. In fact, Doug, who just started, has been fighting just a little bit. He started yesterday. You could tell immediately he's trading too much. He's trying to scalp. He's trying to do all these things, and that's okay, because eventually you'll get the words. You'll listen to what's being said, and you'll get out of that mentality. So great job, James. I really do appreciate the hard work you're doing. I know he watches these videos. We're going to be getting back into trading full time here, starting today, and my full time was just what you saw right there. Let me just check the trades here real quick to make sure there's. No. Okay. But there was a lot of opportunity here this morning. Each pair had a good assimilation of timing here, so we could have got into a decent amount of trades here. Let me pull back here. Look at this. Up, pull back. Now, see, this pullback here was still really good because it got above the support line, okay, above the resistance line, pulled back down below to make it support, fired off a signal above the actual line, which then turned it into support, and boom, it was off to the races. Okay, no signal for me. I'm going to go ahead and call it this morning, and we'll see you next time. I'm Max Farrow. This is DexTrader.com, and as always, trade well.